Continuation of exercise 4.2. Let us see some of the more problems. So let us discuss question number 3. Now question number 3, it is given, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Now since we don't know what are the two numbers, so we will consider one of the numbers to be x. If one of the numbers is x, then the other number will be 27 minus x. Now in the question it is also given that the product of the two numbers, that is x and 27 minus x, is equals to 182. So from this we can write x into 27 minus x equals to 182. So if you multiply now, 27x minus x into x is x square equals to 182. Now we will arrange in the term of their power of x. So it will be minus x square plus 27x. 182 we will bring to the left hand side. So it will become minus 182 equals to 0. Now multiplying both the sides of the equation with minus. So it will give us x square. This will convert to minus 27x, and here the sign will become plus 182 equals to 0. Now again we have to find the factor of 182. So after finding out the factors of 182, we will get 14 and 13. Now 27 we can get by adding 14 and 13. So we can split up 27 as x square minus 14 plus 13x plus 182 equals to 0. Now x square, if we open up the bracket, we will get minus 14x, then plus into minus is minus 13x plus 182. Now if we take common from x square minus 14x, we will get x, then in bracket it is left x minus 14. And from these two terms we can take minus 13 as common, then left is x minus 14 equals to 0. Now we will get, if we take x minus 14 common, then there x minus 13 is left out. Now we can say that either x minus 14 is equals to 0 or x minus 13 is equals to 0. So we have written here that only x minus 14, either x minus 14 equals to 0 or x minus 13 equals to 0. Now if we equate this with 0, we will get the value of x to be 14, and from here the value of x will be 13. Now since we are getting two values, we will check one by one. Now if we consider the first number to be 14. Now if one of the numbers is 14, we are checking it for the first number, that is 14. Then the other number will become, since the value of x is 14, if we substitute x equals to 14 here, we will get 27 minus 14, so which will lead us to 13. Now if we consider the second number, that is the value of x to be 13, then our number will be 14. So from these two we can say the two numbers are 13 and 14. Okay. Let us discuss another question, that is question number 4. Find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. Now in this problem also, let us consider the first positive integer to be x. Then the immediate next integer will be x plus 1. Now in the question it is given that sum of squares of x square. See, sum of whose squares is 365. That means square of this plus square of this is equals to 365. So we have written x square plus x plus 1 whole square equals to 365. Now x square we have written as it is, then x plus 1 whole square. If we break up, we will get x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 365. Now in the next step, x square plus x square is 2x square plus 2x plus 1 and 365 we have brought to the left hand side. So it is minus 365 equals to 0. But 2x square plus 2x, now you see plus 1 minus 365 will give us minus 364, which is equals to 0. Now since here we have coefficient as 2, here 2 and here 364, that means what? We can divide this by 2. So if we divide this with by 2, what we will get? X square plus x minus 182, because if we divide this with 2 we will get x square. If we divide 2x by 2 we will get x, and if we divide 364 by 2 we will get 182. Now this is equals to 0. Now if we factorize 182 we will get two factors as 14 and 13. Now if we split x, what we will get? 14 minus 13. Now we will open up the bracket. X square plus 14x plus into minus is minus 13x minus 132. Now from x square and 14x we will take x as common. So left is x plus 14. And from these two terms we will take minus 13 as common. So again we are left with x plus 14, which is equals to 0. Now x plus 14 into x minus 13 equals to 0. From this we can conclude either x plus 14 equals to 0 or x minus 13 equals to 0. Now if we equate this with 0 we will get the value of x to be minus 14, and this one x value we will get 13. Now minus 14 we will neglect it. Why? Because in the question it is already mentioned positive integer. So this is not positive. We are getting here this one as negative integer. So we will consider the value of x to be 13. So from this we can write, therefore first positive integer is 13. And the next consecutive positive integer is x plus 1, that is 13 plus 1, which is equals to 14.